Out here outside for the first time this season. Feels good. Temperature's probably like 45. A little bit of rain if you can't see it. Some rain and sun at the same time. So, hey, take what I can get. Hammer practice today. Not gonna go crazy on it. I'll start without boots on, and we'll see if I'm feeling pretty good. Like I can add some force to it. Then I'll throw some boots on and see where things are right now. But I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna push it. Just gonna try to get the reps in. Only got the heavy hammer, the 22 today. Forgot to throw the light hammer in there, but that's fine. Just gotta chase it down. Gotta go get it. As you've probably heard from other throwers before, tacky is super important to make sure that you got right. You can't have too much and you can't have too little. But the grip is the last thing that you're trying to overdo when you're trying to throw far, trying to throw the hammer far, because you need to be relaxed and long in order to get the maximum amount of speed on the ball. So you have to have enough on there that you can almost let go with your grip and rely on the tacky a lot. So it's good to have quality tacky to be able to do that. I've used a handful of different ones. Get it? Handful. Throw Bros. I've used one, Larry Brock's Magic Tack, back in the day with my first tacky. It was very good. He doesn't make it anymore. And then I've been using this other stuff made by David Lotrage out of the Southwest in New Mexico. So I've really been impressed with how well David's tacky holds up from cooler temperatures all the way up to hotter temperatures. I've thrown with this here in Alaska at 30 degrees, and then I've thrown down south at near 100 degrees. And of course, warmer temperatures, it's a little slimier, but with the cool, it still holds really good. You just have to know how much to use, and that comes from experience. But in the colder temperatures, it is thicker. It's a little bit less viscous, but it really does still hold. It sticks to my hands and then thus to the hammer after that. So the only thing I would say in colder temperatures, you gotta be good about knocking the buildup off, because it will stick to the hammer handle itself and gather up and get thicker. So you do want to be more in between sessions, at least knock all that excess off. If you couldn't tell, that was an eagle in that tree. Said it's a great time of year to be throwing. Get the birds out. They're looking for fish. I'm looking for big throws. Probably gonna go eat some fish after this. Nice. You're right here on the bank of the Kenai River. Cook Inlet right over there. Fairly quiet out here, so aside from the sound of the birds and a few running vehicles. Pretty nice. Ground is soft though. This is right adjacent to my rugby field. So I'm doing my best to throw over here in like the parking area where the ground is a little firmer and there's gravel underneath. So they don't put a bunch of divots out there in the rugby field. Be respectful of where you throw so you can keep throwing there. That was a lot smoother. It didn't feel like I got any nuts behind it, but it was smoother, therefore it went a lot further than I expected it to go. Took a lot off at the end, thinking, oh, I'm out of position. And as a result, had a smoother finish to it. And it kind of went out. I don't know. I'm not measuring throw, so don't even ask me how far it went. I'm getting probably 100 feet maybe. Which is okay for a heavy hammer. Maybe. Actually, I'll knock that down. It's probably actually only about 95 feet. But it's right out there with the other throws where I did put more effort into it. So do with that what you will. That's another one. Like I said, not putting a ton of emphasis in the building speed, but just on the focus on the long finish. So I like it. Yeah. It's good to take inventory of your body while you're throwing for a couple of reasons. Kind of know, what you need to work on. Some of the stuff, very movement specific things will work themselves out. You'll gain the mobility that you need to gain just by throwing. So, don't think that your whole life has to revolve around rolling around on the ground. Those are great things. It's you do need to do some of the mobility work, but your body's going to find a way get out in practice and do the movements. Like right now, I got some T-spine rotation stuff. I feel a little bit like, it's stressing it. But just by doing these hammer throws and these winds, that's going to give me the specific mobility that I need in order to keep getting better and better. So practice is good for practicing the technique, but also building the pattern in which your body needs to move, if that makes sense. Let me expand on that a little bit. So these last couple of throws, I think what's happening is, because I'm loosening up, my positions don't feel quite the same, because I have a little bit less tension in the system in those same positions from the earlier throws. I'm kind of losing track of the implement a little bit. And that's not a bad thing. I think having that extra range of motion is a good thing. I just have to find a way to capitalize on it and change my timing as a result. So why I say that's important for you to pay attention to, especially in practice, is that's what's going to happen as you warm up in a games. You might be dealing with an injury, or you might be dealing with coming off of lunch. Whatever. It could be cold that day or hot that day. Something different than what you're used to. And if you have more mobility than you're used to, or you're gaining it from one throw to the next throw to the next throw, then you're not going to be able to replicate those efforts time and time again. That's kind of what I mean. Just pay attention, download that information. If you know that your orbit behaves differently once you've warmed up, or your orbit behaves differently on your lightweight after throwing your heavyweight, that's a good thing to know, because you can make some adjustments off of that and change your timing a little bit and where you throw your effort into it. Okay, I got 2 more throws. That'll round me off at 10 full throws, not including some of the wind and drops that I do at the beginning. I usually count those as throws, just so you know, as reps, but just for the sake of simplicity, 10 full throws with a 22-pound hammer. That is my workout of the day. A lot on today on effort, and that's absolutely how it should be most of the time. It's how it should be most of the time. It's how it should be, especially early on in your season. The effort is more important than the outcome. Hey, just happen to have a shirt that says that. we are putting more time and energy into developing great effort, and as a result of that, great results will come. The outcome will be better. So it's a good mentality to live by. Just keep trying. Keep trying to perfect it. Keep trying to massage out better effort, and the results will come. Put a little yank on the end of that one. It gave me a little bit more. Okay, last one, best one, right? Yeah, distance wise, I think that was it. And kind of finish over here, and it's the only one, if you can see it, the pock marks, it's the only one that's over here. I'll get that when I do start putting a little bit more into it. So what I got to remember when I do that is to keep coming around and get squared off towards the field a little bit more, so I don't pinch myself off or whatever. But very likely the best throw of the day. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Later. Always remember to replace your divots.